Now with pineapples, now obviously in the UK, you don't get pineapples growing in the UK, although they did years ago. In Victorian times when labour was cheap, rich people grew pineapples. I've got a photo of like a big stack of pineapples that was grown in England. They had heated greenhouses and they would grow the pineapples. It would take like 2 years. It would take an awful lot of money because they'd have to have heated greenhouses for 2 years and they'd have to have a lot of labour force to look after them. But they actually did grow avocados in the UK at one point. But if you look at the bottom of your pineapple, I don't know if you can see on that, but it's very, very clear. So the bottom, when it's just been picked, if it's very fresh, and you probably won't get this in the UK, but if you're somewhere where pineapples grow, so if you're on holiday somewhere, look at the bottom of the pineapple. If it's very clear with no marks, if it's almost translucent, the picture here, it's probably been picked 1 or 2 days maximum. And pineapples do not ripen after picking. They maybe get less acidic, but they won't get any sweeter. So it's often good to eat them soon after you've bought them. The real issue with pineapples in the UK is they are picked underripe and then shipped here. And how many people have had pineapple and had burnt lips or sore tongues? Yeah, it's because they're not properly ripe. If you get a really properly riped pineapple, then it won't burn you in that same way. You can eat a lot of it and you don't get the burn because it's properly ripe. But when it's too acidic, when it's underripe, you can even get your tongue bleeding. Some people get bleeding tongues from pineapples. You know, you can't eat a great quantity. It's not because of the pineapple, it's because the pineapple's not properly ripe. And in Australia, where I live, it's the biggest pineapple growing area in Australia. And they pick the pineapples perfectly ripe to go to the canning factory and the juice factory because they're going straight there and they want them to be as ripe as possible. And they are just, the smell of them at the railway station have these big crates of pineapples and the colour on them is just fantastic, and they're properly ripe pineapple, and you could eat a great big plate and you wouldn't get any sore tongue or burning lips. So the bottom is an indication of how fresh it is, how long it's been picked. The second picture shows a pineapple that's probably been picked for 8 or 9 days. It would still be good to eat as long as it doesn't smell fermented or bad. If you look at the bottom of pineapples, there might be a little bit of mould on there. But if that's not on the sort of the rest of the pineapple, it's okay. It's just because that's where it's cut and that bit can go a little bit mouldy and it shouldn't affect the flavour of the pineapple. But if you smell the pineapple and it doesn't smell like pineapple, if it smells musty or vinegary, then avoid that pineapple because it will be fermented or old and it will taste vinegary or fermented.